Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Clinton Howell Team's Weekly Market Update. I'm your host, Clinton Howell, broker with Remax Escarpment Realty. What the Howell is going on? Let me get my readers and we will get started here. Getting old, turning 55 this month. All right. What is happening in the Remax Escarpment Remax Niagara Appointment Center? Well, the spring market continues to move with surprising efficiency. The week of May 3rd to 9th delivered the strongest pre-Mother's Day sales result in the past 4 years. It's pretty amazing. Even without the appointment volume of 2023. Activity isn't necessarily louder right now. This is the key thing here. It's sharper. Serious buyers are acting faster, and the gap between interest and execution continues to tighten. Showing activity may be lower than peak pandemic years, but conversion strength is telling the real story. Well-polished properties that are still generating strong engagement, while buyers are becoming increasingly selective and calculated before making moves. The result is a market where quality demand, so not necessarily more demand, but better quality demand, is outperforming raw traffic, creating more meaningful activity across key price points. So you need to make sure homes are precision priced, make sure they're showing well, make sure we're giving buyers a good experience when they're coming through. We're seeing the 30-day average of appointments versus sales at 10.1, so 10.1 appointments to get a property sold. But in the past week, it's only been 9.8, a little bit stronger, a little brisk in the past week. Weekly sales versus new listings ratios, this one's pretty fascinating. We're in seller's market territory, 81.2% for our brokerage, 65% for the region. So some good strong indications there that the market is definitely has picked up, and it's sitting in a balanced condition currently based on the past week. Now, over the past month or so, we're still kind of in buyer's market territory, approaching balance, but the past week has been very strong, surprisingly strong. All right, so what do we got here specifically in our local markets? We've got for Burlington, I don't need my readers for these, I've got my numbers nice and big. For Burlington, we've got listings are up slightly compared to last week. There's 631 right now. And we're seeing sales of 199 properties in the past 30 days. So we're seeing absorption sitting around 45%. So balanced is considered 50%. So we're just under balance, still tipping toward the buyer's favor. By far, we're seeing a lot of interest in semi-detached homes. Now, there's not a huge quantity of them, but we're seeing a very strong absorption on semi-detached, and then detached homes, 51%. So a very balanced market for detached. A little bit lighter demand for the row houses and condo apartments based on the past 30 days. Now, for successful transactions, we're seeing on average about 3 to 4 weeks to get a property sold. But if we factor in averages for cancels, relists, all that kind of thing, the average is sitting around 55 days. For Hamilton area, listings are up slightly from last week, 2,182. And we've got 487 sales in the Hamilton region for the past 30 days, about 4.5 months worth of supply. And sales versus new listings, absorption rate 37.87. So buyer's market in Hamilton still. We're seeing the strongest category there is also semis, interestingly, but the detached homes following closely behind, 40% absorption for detached homes. So still sitting in buyer's market territory for that as well. Typically 3 to 5 weeks to get a property sold right now. 3.5 to 5 weeks, I would say, is the typical average, median, and average numbers. But again, if we take in cancels, relists, all that stuff into consideration, the average sitting around 71 days, so a bit more than 2 months. Oakville area, 396 listings. It's up slightly. 99 sales from past month. That's pretty consistent with a week ago. Buyer's market territory. Absorption sitting at 37.36. So still buyer's market, favoring buyers. Detached homes seems to be the clear winner there right now, followed closely by row houses, so like townhomes, that kind of thing. We are seeing median, so about 3 to 4 weeks typically for the successful trades. But again, if we factor in all the cancels, relists, things like that, average is 64 days in the Oakville area. That's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, please reach out. Always love to hear from you.